Hello, 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 beautiful friends. And I want to just welcome you to the Love Your Life show. My name is Beverley Buckley, and today I am interviewing a most amazing lady. Her name is Jane Winters, and she is actually in Kauai, Hawaii. So for the celebration of today, I've decided to wear my little lei. I'd encourage you to know if you've got a lei lying around, please put it on. You need to put your lei on. This is important, okay? Tell me about it. Okay, so just going to introduce this lovely lady. Jane has been in private practice for over 35 years as a marriage and family counselor, working with individuals, couples, and families. She calls her work beyond therapy because of all the new methods of vibrational healing available that are much quicker and more effective. Her real credentials are her personal evolution as a soul with many teachers, but especially with Rika Zimmerman for the past 7 years. Her 3 grown children and 4 granddaughters, as well as a 39-year marriage, have also contributed to her development as a soul on this planet. I mean, that is amazing, right? What gifts, talents, and abilities have you discovered? And she's channels the divine feminine, bringing love and support to those she works with. She's also loved using relationships as a spiritual path. So she teaches people and shows people how to use the relationship to be a conscious, spiritual, connecting thing. Also living on Kauai. She's lived in Kauai for 30 years. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. She uses nature as her co-therapist and the Hawaiian culture to assist with healing. And today we're actually going to be speaking about the divine feminine. We're also going to be speaking about the pono technique. So I would like to, without further ado, introduce the lovely Jane Winters. Jane, are you there?
Aloha, aloha,
Welcome.
Bev. Aloha, all my friends. Welcome. Yes, it's a beautiful thing. I'm wearing a fresh ginger lei. And the
Woo!
significance of the lei is you're wearing the spirit of the plants to
Mm,
encircle your heart chakra.
mm,
So everyone who has a lei or imagine wearing a lei, just feel yourself held by Mother Earth, Ma Kauai,
mm.
and breathe in the incense of fresh ginger, white ginger.
I love that. I love that. And today in the room, we have with us some amazing human beings today. We've got Jai, we've got Patty Ray, we've got Melissa, we've got Dorota, we've got Marilyn, Valerie, we've got Rosanna, we've got Sarah Lynn, we've got Janice, and we've got Kumara. So we have a full house today, Jane. How amazing is that?
Oh, my friends, thank you for being here. It makes my heart sing to play with all of you.
So
Thank you.
So if you're in the chat, please say hello. Please say aloha, aloha. And we've got Rosanna and Melissa both screaming out beautifully, aloha, Jane and Beverly. I love that. So aloha to you too, Rosanna. Aloha to you too, Melissa. And anyone else in the room, please give us a shout out, give us an aloha. And if you have any questions for Jane that you'd like to cover in today's show, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know your thoughts and what you're feeling and experiencing. So, Jane, tell us a little bit about your story. Where did you get involved with what you're doing at the moment, and how did you come to be in Kauai, of all places in the world? Tell us.
Well, first of all, I'm very blessed. My story began, like most of us, with choosing to come into a dysfunctional family in this lifetime, and not receiving the love and acknowledgement and with the best my parents could do. And so I really started on a journey at a young age, like looking for love outside of myself, looking for love through my relationships with men, with my family, a lot of my choices for jobs and roles, becoming a mother, becoming a therapist. All were trying to earn and prove that I'm lovable. And luckily, the evolution of life has kept me on this planet long enough to realize that all these things, these interfaces that we do to try and earn love. I mean, ask yourself, those of you who are listening, what have you done in this lifetime to prove you're lovable or to earn or gain love? So we become these personality patterns of pleasing or good girl or bad girl or healer or therapist or mother. all looking outside of ourselves.
Mm.
And of course, we know in this day and age, all the answers are here. And you really can't give or receive love at all, which was shocking to me as somebody who majored in love and relationship her whole life for many years, because we are love.
Mm.
So if you just put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and just invoke, I am the love of God. I am the love of God.
I am the love of God.
I
Mm.
am the love of God.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And then that just connects you to all there is
Mm.
and helps you remember inside. So this journey is an inside job.
Mm.
And there's nobody, no teacher, no guru, no therapist, no lover that can give us the experience that we are love.
Mm.
And there's nothing to earn.
Mm.
And there's no need to prove anything.
Mm.
So is it time for us just to relax and be love
Mm.
and receive all the gifts that are there? As we listen and we're guided, it's kind of like, how did I get to Kauai? I was bringing workshops of marriage couples
Mm.
and doing week-long workshops on Kauai. And every time I would get on the plane, I'd be going home and I'd be crying.
Mm.
And I had a beautiful home to return to. But I didn't know before Kauai that there is a land, there is a place for each of us to be connected to the land.
Mm.
And it will call us.
Mm.
And there's no doubt about it. It's like having a lover.
Mm.
You know, you stand out here and you look at these polys from the volcanoes and the beautiful birds and the chickens and all the flowers and the rivers and the fresh air, and I can grow my own food. And this lover gives me so much.
Mm.
And it's challenging because my family and my kids are in the mainland. But they now know that my job is to give myself the life I need.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing that, they get way more of me when I'm there,
Mm.
not in a role. So I bring Hawaii with me wherever I go.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, I'm definitely going to come and visit in Hawaii. Just saying.
I know you are.
Hashtag.
I can feel it. You know, I did these workshops all these years, and then people started coming back because I used the land for healing. I mean, I have all these co-facilitators for free.
Mm.
There's healing energy in the spirit of the plants and the land. So I've had a business all these years called Healing Vacation, where people come and do their personal growth.
Wow.
And then we do ritual on the land and call in the healing from all the nature spirits just to carry us forward in that.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's a stacked deck. It's like, and I get to go out with people on the land. I'm trained in hula and the Hawaiian protocol, so I know the chants that are to ask permission to go into relationship. I was really surprised, Beverly, you know, just taking people into beauty. Not everyone is able to open and receive. And so now I have a protocol that asks permission and goes in silence and opens the sensory selves and just receives the messages, because nature will give messages. So there's a thing called eco-psychology that says all our neurosis is from being cut off from nature. You know? And it's kind of like the love thing. We are nature. We are part of nature. but we treat nature as if it's separate from us.
Mhm.
And we buy it and we put it in squares and we own it, and it's a different relationship than I am these trees.
Mhm.
I am this ocean and this breeze.
Mm.
These are my mother,
Mm.
my real mother, always there,
Mm.
waiting to give me unconditional love
Mm. Mm.
from the inside out.
Mm. Mm. I definitely
So
feel
I created a beautiful meditation. It's called Claiming Your Love Life, and I was
Mhm.
going to do it today, but I got guided to do Ho'oponopono. So
I do love Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. I need to just celebrate because I love Ho'oponopono. Do, 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 do. I'm sure everyone else who's listening is also celebrating a little bit there because I
well,
love.
I think most people know about it, but I will talk about that. But there is a link that Beverley has where you can get a free copy of this. So it's really important to discover what your interfaces are that you've decided are love, that really have nothing to do with love.
Mm.
And return yourself, remove those limitations and those interfaces that actually separate us from being the love we are.
Mm.
And then to practice invoking and being
Mm.
the love of God in each minute of every day,
Mm.
especially when things get chaotic, especially when you feel reactive. You know, my friend Ramdas said, "Oh yeah, you think you're enlightened? Go visit your family." Right? Because there's nobody like a beloved one,
Mm.
a husband, a boyfriend, a
Mhm.
child, a mother, a father, that will trigger our unhealed places like a loved one.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so the opportunity here, and this is why I call relationship a spiritual path,
Mhm.
is to notice what's coming up for me
Mhm.
and to love that and to work that.
Mhm.
Wow, I just got really angry.
Mhm.
What was that in me? So most couples that come in to work with me want me to change their partner.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are still in blame. Except that's all changing.
Yes, it's changing.
Because
Thank you.
now
Thank you.
it's such a great unentanglement to identify your own triggers and to work on yourself, which is the only power we really have anyway. We can't change anyone else. We can't receive the love we're yearning for outside of ourselves. So might as well get inside, do the job, and take responsibility and use all these coaches and use all these beautiful pathways that are opening in the world for all these different healings on all the dimensions, and know and live from the
Mm.
incredible, loving, infinite being that we each remember we are when we get still.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So it's important to slow down, it's important to breathe, it's important to meditate, walk on the earth barefoot, all these things that people have been talking about. There's really nothing new, you know. But I am so happy after 70, almost 74 years to know that I'm loved and
Mm.
that there's nothing I have to do about that. I just
Mm.
get to show up and be here and
Wow.
bring my presence and my love. And it's remarkable. My sessions are off the hook. I'm having like the second generation of families I work with, so I have a lot of like 20-year-olds.
Mhm.
It just makes my heart sing so much to
Mm.
see these young beings
Mm.
who are awakening, who have another 80 years to change the planet from knowing that they're loved and they're God. You know, it really makes me feel, it just lights me up. I can feel the pathways these young beings are going to be making. And, you know, this is the time ancient people wrote about for thousands of years, the Mayans and the Hopis, and we're the ones who get to be here on the work, doing the work and helping people transform and going to workshops and going to waterfalls and going to Peru. And
I know, right? How exciting is this? It almost feels like we're in an all-you-can-eat buffet of consciousness. You know, like it's just like, oh, I can listen to that and that and that and that and that and that, and there's all these amazing, amazing things that are just opening up, and all these gifts that are just coming through. Such amazing beings, and like for yourself and some of the other speakers that I've had on the show. I mean, well, all the other speakers that I'm having on the show, all of the speakers on the show off the hook. So I'm just the luckiest person alive.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. It's just amazing to be in this space, and it is really, really, really exciting. Like when I'm activating the show with each of these amazing people on the show, I just feel like it's something that you can't really put into words. It's like just this explosion of joy, bliss, love, ecstasy, like excitement of we've been waiting for this for so long, and it's like here, it's actually here now.
It's the truth of our hearts, you know, and it's a felt sense. It's not intellectual. You know, people often ask me, well, what's different for you now than when you started practicing 35 years ago? Well, psychology was a body of work that looked for what was wrong and tried to fix it. And obviously really doesn't work that well. I'm a psychologist, right? So we've evolved all the way to this place of knowing that we're vibrational beings, and that if we combine the human self, yes, the wounded ones have to feel to heal, and we have beautiful return to love processes, and there's ways we can do that fairly easily, not years and years and years of therapy, but you know, fairly easily. And then we bring the divine self in, and we bring those two together, and we have a healing of not just the mind, body, and spirit, but of the whole soul, of the whole reason we signed up for this lifetime, why we're even here in these bodies at this time on the earth. So it's beautiful to be looking to empower people into their gifts rather than trying to fix them and think something's wrong with them. Because everything's coming up to return to love. Everything, nothing's not coming up to not heal and love. And so I'm really happy that I got to live through that evolution of something that really works and really gives people this joyful, blissful, wonderful lives. People know they're the creators of their life. They can have it any way. They can release what they don't need. And it's a beautiful thing. And a lot of people are suffering, and there's some hard things happening. So that's why we need these tools. And we need tools that work from our heart. Not just a lot of psychology was just intellectual. It was like we did God through our minds, we did relationship through our minds, we did sex through our minds. But once we got in our bodies, and especially in our hearts, the portal of God in our souls, and we started working on all the beings and all the dimensions, then we're talking magic. Magic and healing.
Magic, really magic. Like it is. Do you know, the thing is since I've like really been more fully on this, like connecting to, oh, the journey is actually returning to love within myself. Like when that penny dropped, and that's what the whole this what the whole game is about. All of a sudden, it was just magic everywhere, like real magic, not pretend like, oh yeah, but
exactly.
Real.
And not like ego, like I'm so great.
Yes.
But I am a child of God, and I'm here to give and receive love. And I just had fly by my window. There's so beautiful. It's an albino shama bird that no one has ever seen here on Hawaii before, that lives in my yard.
Wow.
And when I need a reminder, and I call her Grace, And when I need a reminder, she flies by, and she just flew by the window.
Wow.
And you know, that's magic.
Yeah.
I could have never thought of that. No one has ever seen this bird before.
Mm.
I can't explain that. I love that I can't explain that, but I can receive the love and the grace. The Hawaiians have a word, it's called ho'ailona, which
Oh,
is a sign. And a sign, and they say you have to get it from nature. You have to be outside. And that is like, you know, what birds are flying by, what way the rain is falling, you know, what sounds are coming in. Nature's always trying to communicate and give to us, always. So we just got, you ladies and men and beautiful friends, just received grace from my Aina, my land, Ho'ailona, a gift to you from Mother Nature, Makawai.
Wow, that is so beautiful. That is so, 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 so beautiful. Oh, wow.
Yes, and it's
Woo.
real. It's
Yeah,
real. It's, and we can feel it. We
yes.
can feel it, and it's you know, in this nature course I taught, they taught me that we have 56 senses,
Wow.
not six or we haven't even started opening ourselves up.
Mm,
And you know, there's people like Melissa who you interviewed today that
mm,
can kind of start to feel the senses other than what we are used to using,
mm,
where
mm,
we can see the unseen.
mm-hmm,
And I welcome that.
mm,
I think there's a lot more of that than we have
mm-hmm,
been than I have been aware of.
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And it is so true. It does feel like there's a whole lot of different or new vibrations. Not that they're maybe it's just we're able to perceive them now that wasn't available for our consciousness on this planet because it just wasn't there yet. And it's almost, and I think it was, who was I think it was Melissa that I was speaking to from 2013 this year. 2013 was actually where a lot of like big awakenings started happening where
Yes.
I mean, I know I've been able to see all sorts of elemental beings and like fire moving with my intention and wind coming with my intention
Mhm.
and an awareness of, is it the wind that moves the leaves or the leaves that move the wind? Those kind of thoughts of what you think and what is not necessarily what you think it is.
Yeah, and that's why we want to do the healing of the human selves
Mm-hmm.
so that we can be this vessel to receive these dimensions that are opening up, that
Mm-hmm.
have so many gifts for us. You know, all the angels, the guides, our ancestors, the Amakua is the Hawaiian word for animal spirit. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, these unseen beings are just waiting for us to ask.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people, did you put your order in? Because, you
Mm-hmm.
know, people want all kinds of things, but they forget to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. So I just want to just quickly
Yes,
you've got the meditation that if anyone would like to go and look at that's called
free.
Claiming Your
Yes.
Own Love Story. Yes. And also you have a special on for anyone who's watching the show today for 3 sessions, 90 minutes each, for $669. So that's a pack of 3 sessions, so $669.
Yep.
I
It's
think
for the show.
friggin' amazing, right? Because gee whiz, if you can just, I think, yeah, I don't even want to say it because it's so awesome to be able to have the support and know that you can be guided, especially when you feel like you're a bit unsure, because I think there's quite a few people who feel a bit unsure of where they're at, and it's great to be able to have someone to guide and to assist and to coach you through, even if you're scared to go to some of those really icky places. It's really nice to have the support of for example, like Jane. I mean, she's like a goddess of
Oh,
Kauai and Mother Earth. I mean, can you imagine? Like, that's amazing.
well, it's my privilege. And Yeah, I'd love to see people here in my office or on Skype. I mean, what's so beautiful about technique, you know, we can work with people all over the world now. So, and
Mm.
then we do workshops, and we'll talk about that a little more at the end.
Okay, all right. So do you want us to go? Are you feeling the meditation Ho'oponopono coming on now? Yes.
Yeah, when I was meditating, I was getting that there's so much going on, and some people are really struggling, and people come and say, well, did you hear about this thing in France, and what can I do about it? Well, the truth is I'm going to give you a broom today. I'm going to give you a technique that can help you clean and feel lightened up. All we can do is clean ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this man, you probably know about him, Dr. Hugh Hiliakala Lim, who worked several years ago in a locked mental hospital with criminally ill, insane people
Wow.
that were in shackles. I mean, insane.
Mm.
An old, archaic kind of hospital.
Mm.
And so this man never saw any client in person. He just took their folder and he did this process with 4 phrases.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
Mm.
And he just did that over and over and over again.
Mm.
And what happened with this hospital, it took about 2 or 3 years, but people started functioning. They started going on outings. They started baking cookies. And pretty soon the whole place was dissolved.
Wow.
And then Dr. Hugh Lin started teaching Ho'oponopono.
Wow.
And the reason I love Ho'oponopono is because it's a vibrational technique that you can do without the human personality having to process or talk to anyone. And basically, the difficult part for people is Dr. Hugh Lin says you have to take 100% responsibility for whatever's happening in your universe. So when I first heard that, I went, what? You mean those people are abusing animals? I'm an animal abuser? I had a really hard time with that. But then when I got it, like if I'm seeing it, he says it's in the files of my memories, then if I take responsibility, I can clean it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I use the thing of like, with all this chaos going on, everyone wants to know what they can do. What if you just took a few minutes and did Ho'oponopono with France, or with your mother-in-law that just ripped your face off, or whatever's going on in your life.
Mm.
And it's so simple, but it's so powerful.
Mm.
I'll give you a couple of, just real quickly, because we want to get going, right?
No, we're
So,
good.
okay.
We have
So I had, okay, cool. So I had neighbors that lived next to me that had a drug house, and they had pit bulls out in front, and I tried to talk with them and tried to deal with them, and I couldn't. I couldn't relate. They wouldn't, they wouldn't engage me. So I sat on my deck, and for a month I did Ho'oponopono to their house.
Wow.
And they had told me they had bought the house. Well, in 3 weeks they were gone. They moved out. They left.
Wow.
And I just had to own my own drug abuse, my own, not like blaming me or guilty, just like, okay, this is my universe. What can I do to clean and heal this? And I also taught Ho'oponopono to my women's group, the women's group that met for 15 years. And one of the girls used to do Ho'oponopono as she paddled out to surf, because there's a big competition in surfing about who gets the waves. And she used to get stink eye from the other surfer girls. So she used to just do, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And they would just like give her the waves. I mean, it can have real practical results.
Wow.
So, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling inundated with the bad news of the world or whatever, take a few minutes and do, and I'm just going to guide you through a real simple Ho'oponopono meditation. And it can only take a few minutes, and you can clean yourself, and vibrationally it goes out and it cleans the files. And that's something we can do to contribute without ever having to process, work it out with another person, or do our thing that way. Right? Yeah.
I love that.
I love that. Yes. So let's just have an experience of Ho'oponopono. So everybody, if you just take a deep breath and you start relaxing and coming into the moment, opening your senses, notice what you're hearing, notice what you're smelling, drop down into your body, take a deep breath, feel the energy from the soles of your feet all the way down into the core of Mother Earth. Maybe you can even feel the crystalline volcanic rock under your feet, connecting you down and grounding you to Makawai. And just breathe in that beautiful, grounding, unconditional, supportive, nurturing love that's always there available for us. Bring that back up through your legs, up to your heart. Let yourself be loved by the Mother, and open your heart like a flower. And just be willing to receive from the divine feminine of Mother Earth all the love there is. Let your energy travel up through the top of your head and expand up and up and up and out. And can you feel the felt sense of all those unseen beings, our angels, our guides, our Amakua, our ancestors? Maybe your mother, like my mother, is over there on the other side, just wanting to love and support us. Just take a deep, deep breath into that love that connects you to all there is. That God love. And just let yourself absorb that back down into your body. And bring the heavens down into your heart, and bring the earth energies up and let them meet together in your heart. And I'd like you just to recall a time, maybe recently or maybe not so recently, where you felt agitated. Maybe you were angry. Maybe you were unsettled. And you had a reaction. Or not. But you were definitely agitated. And something was bothering you. And now ask yourself the question, with whatever was happening in that moment, are you able to take 100% responsibility for being the God of your universe and having that come into your field of healing so that you could clean it and heal it? And remember, when you forgive someone, you don't have to condone what they did. We're doing this forgiveness, cleansing, healing process as a gift for ourselves, so we don't have to carry the burden of anger, resentment, jealousy, healing, smallness. So it's a gift to ourselves. And in forgiving someone, we don't necessarily have to condone what they did. So in that memory, I want you to say the words, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you for forgiving me. And as I do the forgiveness, I feel the tenderness in my heart come forward, and I'm back connected with the love of the universe and the God love that I am. So let's just do that one more time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
And you know, another place that we can use Ho'oponopono with, I noticed that people are often more willing to forgive others, and what's hard is to forgive yourself.
Mm.
And remember, we're here in human earth school, and we're going to make mistakes because that's how we learn. So it's a beautiful thing if you've gone through something that you wish could have been different, or you didn't act from the highest place that you would have liked to. You can use Ho'oponopono with yourself.
Mm.
So let's go just back into that memory and let's do Ho'oponopono. Let's say to ourselves, for judging ourselves, for pushing ourselves, for trying to prove we're loved, for whatever is going on in our lives.
Mm.
To our own souls, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you for forgiving me. I love you.
I love you.
And just feel the tension and the aggravation and the judgment and the unsettling leave your body and send it down into the earth, the Mother Earth. She can receive it all. And please just use this little tool, and let's give thanks for this time, for walking the earth when we can do this kind of healing with ourselves very simply, very deeply, and walk the earth as the vessels of love we are. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Mahalo, mahalo, Eapua. Amen.
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 Wow. 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 I think today I'm in a very peaceful, calm. It's just so, I just feel this deep sense of gratitude and beauty and just this cherished energy, feeling cherished,
Mm-hmm.
so oh, your favorite thing that you just want to love, 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 love,
That's how much you love yourself, Bev, and that's what we're all here to do. Really. I mean, all the techniques and all the stuff that I've learned and everything, it really is pretty simple. It really comes down to that. How can I cherish myself today? For the highest good of the whole world. And when I do Ho'oponopono, it goes around the world. It cleans the files of all the people in the world. And I feel like I've contributed by taking responsibility and asking for forgiveness. So simple, but so powerful.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And we've also got Rosanna saying holy, and then Angela's, oh Jane, you look so beautiful. Hi everyone. And then Melissa, if you have an opportunity, sit with Jane. Your life will open in a beautifully unexpected ways. Melissa's honoring your presence. Melissa's also saying a mahalo. Loving Jane's glow, beyond beautiful. Divine Mother Earth is Jane. Beautiful Jane, thank you from Katie. So I think everyone is experiencing all that magic and all that bliss and all that wonder. So if you'd love to share with us, Dorota, thank you, Jane. Please share with us what you've experienced in that wonderful Ho'oponopono technique that we just did there. I mean, it doesn't even feel like a technique. it just feels,
No, it is.
it feels so natural. It just feels like, it feels like being embraced by the fullness of who you are, and just kind of saying, that's not important, you can let it go, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and I love you and I cherish you, and it's okay, you know. It's just
And it's real because we're all connected. And whoever I'm judging, I'm that person too. You know, I've been there, I've done that.
mm,
So, and it doesn't mean to sweep under the carpet
mm,
the human feelings.
mm,
Those get us to awaken to what we need to do
mm,
Ho'oponopono with.
mm,
So it's all included. It's not like airy fairy over the top. It's
mm.
do your work, do your cleaning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be it all.
And the cleaning
Be
thing
it
is so, cleaning thing is so powerful, because my fiance Joe and myself, we have been, over the last 2 years, we've gone from eating, I mean, I used to eat mostly chicken and fish, not red meat, but we've gone from eating red meat and chicken and fish and
all.
all kinds of food to, we're actually raw vegan now. Not, we've gone through the process
Wow.
of vegetarian right through to raw vegan, and it actually didn't feel, it wasn't hard, it wasn't difficult, it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't eat that. It was like, oh my goodness, how amazing is this food allowing me to feel, and how clean do I feel, how cleansed do I feel. And the detoxification that we've done, we've both gone through quite intense detoxification, if you want to call it cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
And the more cleansing physically, it's kind of links to the emotional, to the spiritual, to the mental as well. Our minds are clearer. I'm able to manage my emotions, and not even manage, but just feel my emotions, even that
Mm-hmm.
emotions don't control me. And I think that's one thing that seems to happen when you try and control your emotions. Your emotions control you. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yes. The more you resist, the more persist. Well,
exactly.
that's beautiful because that also speaks to your relationship with Mother Earth and the animals and just following the energy naturally of what's correct for you. You know, that might not be correct for everyone, but it's, it's, I mean, that's how I've gotten this far and why I have such a blessed, joyful life. I just follow the energy, you know, and I don't have to figure anything out. It's just like something so beautiful, like you becoming. I saw your hummus burger on Facebook. That was, you know, just following like what's correct for my body, you know, what's correct for my body, what's my relationship with the animal world,
Mhm.
you know, and just listening and receiving and being guided and following. It's pretty simple, really.
Mhm.
So complicated.
Mm,
And
mm,
we
mm.
were talking before the program. It's if it's easy, you know you're aligned.
Yes.
If it's easy, like
Yes. And
this, in
exactly.
such a good way, you know.
Exactly. And that's the thing that the thing that I've picked up very strongly with the show is how easy it's just fallen into place. Like there was no effort. And with every call, there's been no effort. I mean, setting everything up wasn't even hard. It was easy and it was fun, and I enjoyed the process. And I mean, I've been wanting to implement and bring to this gift through since 2009. But I guess there was
Yeah,
a point,
and
you know?
and look at what a difference you're making, and all the people you're touching, and then you touch all my people, and
Mm-hmm.
how that's going out, and that there's this ocean of love that's being spread and transformed around the world
Yes.
without effort,
Yes.
just by being who we are.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you. And I love everyone on the call. And I just love Kauai. And I love Peru. And I love our planet. And I love, there's that one YouTube video that went out where there's a little girl standing. She's got those curls. And she's looking at a mirror and she goes, and I love you. And I love your hair.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's standing on her mirror. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In her bathroom. That's so cute.
Well,
Yeah.
that's exactly how I feel right now. I just feel like, you know, and I think some of our friends on the call, Angela, this feels so good, so sweet. Thank you. Patty Ray, I'm so blessed to have Jane in my life. Mahalo. Marilyn, beautiful Jay, sending you lots and lots of love. So, I mean, Sarah Lynn, I love you girls. It's such a gentle and beautiful space. And yes, it does. It actually feels like a really gentle, loving, kind, caring space where I think when you're in that kind of space, you have the ability to be vulnerable. And when you have the ability to be vulnerable, you can really let go. You can actually really let go,
Mm-hmm.
and let go into God, right?
Yes, totally. So you see, like all this love coming back for me, it
Mm.
just is like sprinklings of grace, of love, of all these beings that, and I wasn't looking for that, or I wasn't doing this so that I would get that. It just is, when you're a vessel, it goes back and forth.
Mm.
And that is what abundance is. All
Mm.
that love, all
Mm.
that wealth,
Mm.
all those beings to give and receive and to help each of us be fully who we are. Oh my God, it doesn't get any better than that. And it's just keeps uncovering, you know? Yeah. So I'm hoping some of these people might come to Hawaii.
Yes.
We're going to put a big retreat on with
Yes.
Rika.
Rika, in September, end of September, yes?
Yeah, September 25th to the 1st. It's on
Yes.
the Big Island at the Mauna Lani, and we'll swim with the dolphins, and
Oh,
we'll
goodness.
have all Mother Earth there. And I don't know, there's something really beautiful about Rika and Hawaii that just creates communion and heaven on earth. And there's way less of the processing of people's stories. We're going to do a lot of singing, a lot of chanting. We're having a piano in the room. We're going to be in an outdoor room. So anyway, if anyone, it's called Journey into New Dimensions, not by
Journey into
accident.
dimensions. Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to know about that, they can contact me through my
Healing
website.
Vacation. Is it
Yeah.
your website is Healing Vacation with no S at the end, hey? Just
Yeah,
healingvacation.com.
healingvacation@gmail.com.
Okay, and
Yeah,
that's your email is healingvacation@gmail.com.
exactly. So they can just write me, or they can even call me if they want to talk about it or need support or anything. It's just, I don't know. I've been so fortunate. I've been able to host that for Rika all these years. So uh, it's a gift to give yourself if you feel so called.
I think it's a beautiful, beautiful gift to give yourself. I think, like, treating yourself with absolutely all the bliss and ecstasy and everything that you deserve, and Melissa is saying, outdoor room, woohoo! I can just hear her. I can hear her, woohoo!
Have screens where we're like way separate from the hotel and we're immersed in nature. Oh, I hope Melissa's coming. Yeah, it's yeah, some of us have been going for a while. And the thing is we don't need to get anything. We don't need to fix anything. We just need to go and celebrate and receive the gift.
Celebrate. That's I think, and that's one of the things that that came to me with the show, is because a lot of the self-development stuff and self-help is, they always say, what is your problem? Okay, let's fix it with this solution. Okay, what is your problem? Okay, let's fix this. And at the end of the day, if you really just look into it, the pain, if you want to call it problem, not that even exists, is it's just you forgot that you love. Okay, so just remember you love, okay, and celebrate.
Yeah, and it can be that easy, and sometimes we make it a little harder, especially when we get identified with these thinking that I have to care to be love, or whatever these interfaces are that we come up with. But it really is that simple, and it's a joy to walk the earth, and it's a joy to be with other light workers. For me, that's my favorite thing, to have communion with other people who are on a similar path, and we're never alone.
It is wonderful.
All here. And I'm so grateful to you for doing this, Bev, and following your vision and having this format for all of us to, you know, really practice being ourselves and getting our voices out there. And it's a wonderful gift you've given us. So I'm very grateful.
Well, I'm kind of cheeky because I'm like, you know what? I get all these amazing sessions with all these amazing beings, and I get to like expand it out to the world, and you know, like that is so cool for me. So I'm like a kid in a candy store. You have no idea. Like the biggest, most amazingest candy store ever created. This is it for me.
Well, you did that. You did that.
Yeah.
And we all have that ability to make our life like a candy store. And it includes everything. And sometimes it's up and down. And that's okay too. Because that's only trying to awaken us also.
Yes. And like you spoke with the Ho'oponopono, it's like when these challenges or problems come up, you're like, woo, yeah, I get to do this one. This is going to be fun to play with. It becomes something you dive into, and it becomes like a game, and it becomes fun to actually explore that. And like even with the pain and with crying and with sadness and with anger and with all those fear things, you know, when you start to get to a point where you recognize that when you go through it, you know that there's going to be something really cool at the end. It's like, oh yeah, wonder what it's going to be this time. Let's do this. You know, that's when you start to recognize it, and it starts to get really exciting.
Yeah, that's when you recognize that you're welcoming the challenges, and that it's actually, and any relationship that triggers you can help you know yourself deeper. Then it becomes grace. It becomes a gift. So.
It's amazing. Okay, so I think we have, I don't know if it's Jai who has a question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Hi, Jai. My neighbor.
I don't know if I can put you on speaker because you might need to have a Gmail account, but would you be able to maybe, do you know what? I'm actually going to try this. So let's try it, shall we, and see what happens, because this is all about learning and exploring. So I'm going to try and bring on Jai as a speaker. Jai, are you there? I'm going to try you. Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying this out now. This is the first time we've done this. So let's see what happens. Something might happen. Nothing might happen. But that'll be amazing whichever way it goes. So I don't know if she got it. I did send it through.
Did she type it? Did she type it in the chat?
No, there's actually a way where we can have callers actually speak on and ask their question, but the only thing they would be required to have a Gmail account. So obviously because
she does. She does. I'm pretty sure she does.
Okay, well let's see if she's gonna. Jai, I don't know if you're there. I have given her permission to speak, but I don't know if she's come through. No. Otherwise, Jai, if you want to type in the chat box what your question is, we're going to be closing off in about 7 minutes, so we can squeeze that little one in there if you still have your question. I just saw it now, obviously. So, yeah, this is a fun platform to play with.
Great. This is good practice for me. I'm going to be having a radio show on the local radio.
Oh, wow.
KCR. It's going to be called Conscious Love Party, and people are going to call in questions. So this is good experience for me to see how I do questions.
That's amazing.
Just another thing that came in, you know, I never thought I was going to do a radio show, but, you know, when I get prompted, I like to respond, you know, it's important.
And I mean, you've got so many magical things that you've been doing and that you do on a regular basis. I mean, the healing vacations is just divine. You know, like, come on, who would say no? Everyone would say yes to that, right?
Well, if they can, if they want to, if they're called, yeah, it's a beautiful way. I like it because people aren't working and they don't have, unless they're in a couple, then they bring but you know, a lot of the things that are distracting them. How's that working? Is she getting through?
No, I don't think it's going to come through. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to just end off the show in a couple of minutes. So I just want to just say thank you to first I'm going to say thank you to Jane, because Jane has been absolutely magically, aloha-ishly, ho'oponopono-ishly amazing today. And like my heart is just like in this graceful, gentle, loving, kind, blissful state of joy and love. And I'm sure everyone in the call also has felt that from you, because I can feel the energy that you emit. It is so incredibly powerful. And I mean, we know time and space is an illusion. So it's like you are here with me, which is beautiful. And I just want to say a big thank you. Mahalo is thank you. Is that mahalo is thank you?
Yes. Mahalo. And there's no word for you're welcome. I say mahalo back to you, because it's mutual. The gratitude is mutual.
Yes. So
mahalo to you. Mahalo for people that tuned in. I'm just blown away that you guys are in Hawaii, are up at 7:30 in the morning and listening to this program. Thank you so much. Mahalo.
It was amazing. And we are going to be having another season in September. So I'm just letting you know, just FYI, hashtag, you will be in the season 2 September, just saying.
I'd love to. I would love to. You are so fun, girl. And who knows what can be happening by then. And then also, there's a group of us. I'm pretty sure Sarah Lynn and Ariana are going to come and do the foundation class with me in March.
Oh, yes.
So we can talk about that too. And yeah, for sure. I'm all in. For sure.
And the foundation class is the Life Transformed Foundation class, which is a 4-day intensive. But are you doing it over 4 days, or are you doing it probably over 2?
Yes. What we're going to do is, since people will be traveling to Hawaii and probably want some time, we'll do one weekend, and then midweek we'll do some healing vacation, and people can do some exploring in Kauai. And then we'll do the advanced one the following weekend.
Okay.
And I think it'll work out really beautifully that way.
Wow.
And we have a beautiful, beautiful venue where we can be outdoors and in nature and have beautiful, sustainable food from the land. And it's going to be great. Yeah.
My heart sings when you say sustainable food from the land. That's like,
this place is like somebody donated this land to the community, and all the food there, including the meat and the only thing they have to buy is flour and olive oil. But everything else, all the food they make, and it's beautiful, is all from what they've grown there.
Wow.
So, I that really feels beautiful, holistic, and correct to me too. So
well, I think I'm gonna give you a final moment to say goodbye to all our lovely our audience today who've called in. So off you go, Jane.
All right. Well, just mahalo, everyone. Keep your hearts open. Know the privilege of being alive and the power that you have to be the love you are. Listen to my meditation if you feel like you have some limitations and interfaces in there that got you off track from being the love you are. And just know that you are love, and you don't have to do anything to earn it. Aloha.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Mahalo, 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 and have an amazing, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And I believe most of you in the USA, so you having an amazingly wonderful day. And lots and lots and lots of love to you. And speak to you and see you again soon on the next show. Bye-bye.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Bye-bye.